Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Mad Tinker Gaming with me, Mad Tinker. Now, there's some big news that's going on today. It's been really hectic, like pretty much the last week for Marvel Strike Force. But what's going on is Scopely has just recently purchased Fox Next Games, so they have access and control of Marvel Strike Force. Now, it's probably going to be that Fox Next guys that have been running it are just going to stay in charge of it underneath the Scopely management company. I would assume that's how that's going to work. But since Scopely purchased this, and with the new advancement of updates where they're going to want to bring in ISO 8 and new campaign modes, probably like Nexus, there has been a big pull from almost every, I can't say every, but almost every what we would call whale alliance out there. Pretty much you're looking at several of the top 100 alliances. You're looking at Legion of Cabal, Pants of Hulk, Wakandans, major players in the game that spend a lot of money on this game had issued a statement. Now, I know everybody's probably read the statement by now through Reddit, which I stay away from, so I'm not going to bring up the statement again here. It's been read to you off of Valley Flying. It's been read to you off OMG. I'm sure Casino's done one of those videos as well. But for me, I wanted to address some of these things these people were talking about. The boycott that they're going to put in place, I don't know if it's in effect yet, but it will be coming shortly, if it's not already started, was by Fate's Fury, who's the leader of Legion of Cabal. So a lot of their concerns were stuff like attrition and throttling down of where you can get stuff because red stars are a necessity, but there's no real access to red stars. You can't purchase them. You can't do, well, let's put it this way. Sorry, you can purchase stuff, and I'll go over some of that here in a minute, but you can't purchase the things people are really wanting to acquire, and thusly it's stifled the game where you can't gain access to the next tiers or levels to progress. Orange gear, the amount of orange gear that's required to do leveling up, and the fact that there's no way to farm it, it's all a random game. I mean, you really just have to wait for stuff to pop up into a store for you to purchase it that you might need, or you need like 300 of one kind of basic thing to advance anywhere. And there's no way for you to farm any of this stuff. It's like 10 at a time here and 10 at a time there, with a huge investment involved for 10 at a time. And I don't see that as being something that is helpful for the game either. I was going to suggest maybe some other alternatives. I mean, I've done fine leveling up to 13, but when they're asking for 15 characters to be tier 14 to run a new Dark Dimensions they're going to come out with, they've really cramped down on what you're going to need to do the next progressive phase of the game. New content. We've got tons of new characters, not a lot of content to put in. And I know in one of these past statements they had issued, they're getting ready to release some new content. Maybe another mode to play in, like single war, or I would like it to be something like you can bring a friend in and they get extra XP if they're in your alliance and they're running raids. That way maybe they can catch up. If you're a friend, you get pulled in through a friend recruitment thing. I mean, World of Warcraft did this a while back where you could bring a friend in, and let's say you were level 70 and they were starting out fresh. They would run with you and they would get all this extra XP up to like level 60, and then from there it was on their own, so they could get to level 60 in just a few days. Right now there's no way for you to have a friend join and advance at a fast enough pace to catch up to you. So something like that might be a useful thing. But like I was saying, we're getting tons of characters brought out, but not a lot of new content. And one of the content creators, OMG, was saying that a while back, Niantic and somebody else, I can't remember who they were the people who were assigned to create content. Well, shortly after they left, they disappeared, and you know they just they haven't come back. So you still have a team over there that does character design, but nobody that's doing content design, or maybe at the very least a very small team and they're working really hard, but they can't get enough going for everything that's coming out. So I don't know whether that's true or not, how much that's affected. But if you don't have a really good content creation team, but you have a ton of people creating characters, eventually it's just going to get bogged down with tons of characters like what we're seeing now and no new content for anybody. I'm going to try to go over some solutions that I think might help. Some that need to be addressed were Nexus campaigns opening, which in my opinion any new campaign modes could be open and it would be at least new content. Gold awards, orange gear awards, red star awards. And those are some things that I'm going to go over, and hopefully maybe some of this can be addressed and we can maybe get this video out and somebody will see it, take some notice of it, make some notes down, and be like, hey, that might actually help the player base a little bit. Also, another thing I want to touch up is on the buy-only characters. So we'll hit a little bit of everything tonight in this video, and I hope that, you know, it might not be super entertaining, but at least it might be enlightening and maybe get some ideas out there. But anyway, a lot of the stuff that's going on is when you have new content, right? We've not seen any new content. Now, I was going to try to do this when we did our attempt at U7. Everybody's been built up. But right now, let's go back here. Like in my last video, I went into the campaigns here. And you know how every campaign has an ending on it? Like this one has all the way up through 6. Your villains go all the way up through 6. And then all of a sudden you hit Nexus, right? And Nexus has potentially 8 and 9 nodes. So why did the other two stop at 6? Why didn't you add 3 extra nodes for that? I mean, I'm pretty sure this kind of a development would take less time and open up a few more slots for different gear that you could put in. It would open up new slots for characters that you could put into the game that people really want to be farmable, that haven't been. So instead of taking stuff away, like when you had 2 slots that were, I don't know, this is hypothetical, I don't know if there were 2 slots, but say there were 2 slots that were for Daredevil. Now he's down to 1 slot and you put somebody else in the place. Why take those away? I mean, eventually you might have to, but why not just open up more of these and just add that character in? It would also make it a little bit better for us. And the rewards for these, when you're looking at them, like this Nexus 7-9, it's the furthest you can go. The most gold you're going to get is 4,500. Okay, that needs to be really seriously reworked. 4,500 gold. We're at the point now where to take a character from 70 to 75 is 2 million gold almost. It's like 1.9 plus million gold. So to come up with enough gold, running these does nothing. I mean, it's inconsequential to do that. This is really just for running shards. And the RNG on these is ridiculous. Like, let's see here. I'll go into one and we'll do one. Let me find a character that I want to upgrade here real quick. Let's say, for example, we'll go with the Falcon. I need to upgrade the Falcon. I've not really worked on him because I didn't really care about the Falcon, but now he's cookie cutter material. So this is something that I'm going to go in. So one, it costs 60 of my energy to do this auto 3. Okay, now that was really good. I normally don't get that. I normally get 0. So I got 4. So I'm surprised. We'll do the next one. See what we get. That's more like what I see every day. So I wasted 100 energy. I got 4 shards, which that's good for me on a day, right? But in all honesty, Fox Next or Scopely now, instead of just giving us a random chance, how about every time you do it, you get 1. 1 guaranteed with a potential of 2. You know, that way if I'm going in and I'm burning 100 of my energy shards, I'm going to get 5 shards from that character. Especially if they're only farmable. 5 shards a day for a character. That doesn't seem unreasonable. And in all honesty, it makes sense because people need to farm these characters, and you don't have all the characters farmable out there. So if I'm really needing to upgrade my Falcon, 5 a day from running this, or if I spend cores to run it to get him up real quick, I mean, what difference does that make to you? That means I'm having to buy cores to upgrade. So it's good money in your pocket. People will be buying the cores because they know they can get the characters. Now, I understand maybe that might not be the way you want to go. You want to keep it randomized. But, I mean, there has to be some kind of a limit to get these characters for real. And I know you put people in stores, but I would rather see this drop down to a guaranteed 1 shard so that you get 5 a day with a max 5 and you can't refresh. You know what I'm saying? At least that way I know for a fact every day I can come in here and farm this guy and get 5 shards a day. Eventually, as a free-to-play player, I will get the guy up. I'm not saying you can't offer him in rewards, not saying you can't offer him as a buy, I'm not saying you can't do that, but that would guarantee it, and people would probably enjoy that a lot more. Also, when this guy gets farmed up, I mean, he's something that is useful in your raids and stuff that you're going to run, so people want this character. So, I mean, they'll still buy a $50 thing if you make it worthwhile, or a $30 50 shard offer, because they're wanting to get him there faster. But if you're actually non-paying players, free-to-play players, guaranteeing this, you know, just fixing that randomness of it will help a lot. But I mean, like I'm saying, 5 a day, you're still looking at, once you go past level 5, trying to get it up to a 7-star, you're going to require at least 500 more shards. That's 100 days of running. 100 days of farming this character, you should be able to get him to 5 stars, or to 7 stars. I feel like if somebody spends 100 days, that's over 3 months of time, this guy should be able to be maxed out, instead of, well, we're just finally getting started. And that's just for the last 2. That's not counting up till then. So, I mean, you're looking at, logistically, they'll be spending 150 to 200 days farming a character if they get 5 shards a day. That's a long time to farm a character. But I think that would be one worthwhile change that you all can make. Make it a static, guaranteed 1 shard drop every time you run the node. And that would be a huge benefit for you guys. The second thing that they were going on is orange gear. You know, the randomness of being able to get your characters, being able to get the orange gear. So let's go here for this character right here. We'll scroll down now. A lot of people are complaining because of the going for a tier 14. Like these guys right here, the superior isochronal compounds. It's completely random. There's no way to pick these things up unless you hit war. Like this is what I see every time I come in, just war. And you can only war 3 times a week, so you can't really get anything like that. Orange gear needs to be in a farmable place. Now, those I don't mind so much. Those are specialty ones, but let's see if I can find one here that's just requiring a bunch of random stuff. No. One moment. Takes me a little while. Alright, like, we'll go here. These basic guys here. Okay, I've already got enough of that. But this right here, for me to get this, it takes 30 a piece to make 1. So I need 150 superior armor catalysts to make this 1 compound I need. And those superior catalysts aren't farmable. They're not. Let's say I wanted to go look for some superior catalyst. We'll see if any are in the shop, or the damage catalyst. To get 5 of these at 30 a piece, I need 150 superior damage catalysts. When you click find, there are some in the war supplies, but it's 1150 of your wars for 10 of these. Just 10. These basic ones need to be in a node that you can farm. Nodes that you can farm. I mean, like the superior vials that are very specific, or your miasmas, or your superior astral energies. These things that are, you have to have specifically 24 of them or something. Yeah, keep them in the store as a buy it, but then you can open up these free slots for more of them to make it at least a little bit more rational for people. So instead of tying up superior health catalyst and superior damage catalyst, you can get other key specific ones in there that people can buy. You know, like superior basic catalysts, everybody uses them. And I've got a stockpile from where I ran Dark Dimensions 3, but when you're looking at 300 a piece for a piece of gear, or 150 a piece for a piece of gear, this is going to go quick once I start tier 14 in characters. They're not going to last. So my suggestion on some of this is when you go back here and you are doing your campaign modes that you're opening up, like your Nexus here, when you add Nexus 8 and 9, when you add any other campaigns, because you have plenty of space. You've got Cosmics, you've got, I mean, you're only at 3 here. Why not go to the full 9 on it as well? Why not go to Mystic Forces, go all the way up to 9 on it as well? I mean, with all these new characters we've got, that's going to give you 3 in each section. So let's see here, 3 per. If you went up to 9, that's 6 times 3, that's 18 new character slots that you could put out there. 18, 36, 2 more right here, 36 plus 6 more, you're looking at 45 character spots. With all the new characters that are available, you could add them in easily, or at least some of them. But when you put those in here, like say you're going through here, and instead of having all characters, you might have one that's a oh yeah, this is just some good gear, like this one right here. Just back in the day, this one purple gear. Why have this in here right now? I mean, for starting characters, this is great. This builds up your stuff. But when you're running this right here, boom. I mean, you have a chance of getting one of them. I mean, when we're requiring 100 of these, it's important to have some place to go farm them, and we don't have that. There's no farmability of orange materials. The other thing that I see a lot of people complaining about is red stars. Red stars are so chaotic. The basic rule of thumb is don't buy red star stuff, because the RNG is, oh well, we'll go over and we'll check an offer out, right? Right here, you're going to spend $20 to get 5 red star orbs. And typically when you open those red star orbs, I'm going to say 80% of them are going to be trash duplicates. They're going to be 2 stars or 3-star red duplicates that do really nothing for you. And you might get one out of that that's going to be a 3 or 4-star. One. Very rarely do you get the upper ones, unless you spend a whole lot of money and you're opening a ton of them. But at $20 a piece, is that really worth it? And when you go up here, and we're just going to click on this right here, the red stars, which also a new thing that just came out. It's pretty amazing because they made a mess up. They're giving away some legitimate red star orbage, right? So I mean, hold on to your horse. I'll talk about that a little bit later too. But right here, so you get a 3-star. It costs 10 of these. Okay, I've been playing for a while, since its inception, and I don't think I've ever had more than maybe 100. And that was when they gave away this big promotional item thing where you were getting a couple a day or whatever. And I think I spent that on getting maybe a 4-star Phoenix. But I mean, red stars have become a necessary evil. I mean, if you're wanting to progress, you have to have a high red star character. Now, what happens, for those of you that don't know about the red star thing, these characters will pop up and they'll be at 1-star level higher than what you currently have. You can't go from a 3, you will never see a 7-star Spider-Man Miles in here if you don't have a 6-star Spider-Man Miles. You're not going to see a 6-star Phoenix pop up here if you don't have a 5-star red Phoenix. It will only go up by 1. So it costs 10 to go to a 3, it costs 50 to go to a 4. Now if you get down here, oh, I don't even have a 5-star, but a 5-star offer costs 300 of these. Now, if I've been playing since the inception, and I maybe have had at most 100 at any given one point in time, because the characters that are out there are too valuable, how long does it take to really get to 300 of them, unless you're sinking a lot of money into it? And for free-to-play players, that's going to be really hard to actually catch up to. I don't think you can. Now what they did as their mistake was they're giving out this right here. It's a 5-star upgrade. Now when you go over here, these promotional credits right here, if you get extras, like say you get extra bonuses, like when I click over here, like if you get duplicates, like you get a 2 red star of this and a 3 red star of that, it gives you a certain amount of basics. Okay, so right now I'm sitting at 1,675. Occasionally I'll get to the 5,000 that I need of this. I have done it like twice, maybe 3 times. And when you get 5,000 of them, it'll give you 1 elite 4-star. Well, they made a mistake and they're giving everybody 10 of these, which the gold one right there is what's used to get a 6-star promotion, right? Like when you go to the actual supply shop, there will be, when you do see a 6-star, it will be 5 of these gold stars will buy it. So the train of thought on this one right now, guys, is to hold off until you get a 5-star that you want to get 5-starred, and then spend it on it to, when it does pop up in the shop, to get your 6-star version of it. I'll make another video about that later. Or look at the 5 stars you currently have, pick 2 of them, and when they pop up here, buy them. I mean, either way, I mean, it's an incredible offer. You're going to be able to get a 6-star promotion out of it. But as far as getting these, you know, I've been doing this a while and I've only got 33. Okay, 33 of them. And it's just, I mean, you can spend 1,000 extra credits to get 1, or you can spend 5,000 to get a 4-star elite orb. I think this is the better purchase. I'm not sure. But once you get those, and then you get extra 4 stars, they'll give you a 5-star promotions, and it works its way up. But what you really want to do, what people are kind of odd about, is you can't get these anywhere. You have to buy them. You have to spend $20 or $30 for one of these promotions. We'll go back here to the offers again. This one right here is probably one of the best ones I've seen. $4.99 to get 30 promotion credits over 28 days. So it's going to take you a month to get them. But you spend $4.99 and you'll get 30 promotion credits. Other ones I've seen have come with red star offers where it's like $50 to get 30 red star or 30,000 red star orbs and 10 of these for $50. But there's no way to farm these specific shards. None at all right now. So when you're sitting here and you're thinking, man, how do I get 50 of these? How do I get 300 of them? There's no way to do that. My suggestion, and this is out there on a limb, is raids. I mean, I don't believe they're currently in raids, and I know people are talking about having them come up in the Dark Dimensions 2, or not Dark Dimensions 2, but Dark Dimensions 3 raids. But I mean, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to check just to make sure, because we run Ultima 6, we run Ultima 7. I'm going to check what Ultima 7 rewards are, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. I don't want to give you bad information. We'll check the rewards out. Okay, none. Nothing. Tier 3, 100% in Ultima 7. If you get this, this is what you get. No mention of those little promotion credits. None at all. You can't get them. That should at least be something in Ultima 7 that makes it worthwhile for these people to run it. I mean, they're running this content over and over and over again, and they're claiming it's absolutely boring, it's tedious, and the rewards aren't worth it. Well, if you're capable of doing that, get those red star promotion credits. I mean, that's what people kind of would like. Plus, it would be encouraging for free-to-play players to go in and do something of that nature, where you could, say, run 30% and, you know, maybe 5 of these credits go to first place and so on down the roster. And when you're running 100%, you're getting like 20 of these. You know, these credits need to be available. Or maybe when you do certain things, you can get the 5-star ones, 5-star promotion credits. Something important. But there's no way. I mean, I barely ever see 5-star promotion credits. So where to get them is if you have excess 4-star characters. And as a free-to-play player, I don't get to purchase those things. So having stuff where you're going to get 5-star promotion credits, 6-star promotion credits, I don't think I've ever seen offers to even purchase these things, because for just the basic ones, the basic 4-star ones down here, it's an astronomical expense. $20 a pop for like a few shards, or $50 for 10. Um, so I don't think that that's something that I really find of super value. I mean, $50 for 10 of these, and then when you go over here to the supplies, 10 will get you a 3-star. That's nothing. It really is nothing in the game. People get 3 stars all the time. When you're going to try to have to get 50 or 300 of them. So they need to be in a farmable aspect. They need to be in dark dimensions. They need to be in raids that are coming out. Or you could put them in war, since you're trying to go war heavy. Have them be part of your war rewards. Let's go check out the war rewards. These kinds of things, when you get in here, they're not bad. I mean, you get plenty of stuff, but just to appease people, like when you go in here and you're going through war, we're going to go over to participation, right? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. The leaderboards, all right? Rankings. So rank 1, I mean, this right here is what you're getting when you're doing the whole war. League info, leagues, rewards. Here we go. Sorry, lost my head on this one. So right now we're in silver 4. So I mean, I'm getting pretty good right here. 125k. It's not bad. I mean, some of the gold rewards are something that needs to be reworked. They're kind of stagnant. They've been there when we were at like level 70s. With war, and before that, like all the campaigns were stuck back when we were at like level 60s. They need to be revamped. Like some of these do really badly, but right here, I mean, yeah, you get 20 of these, but when I need 130 of them, and they're purple, I mean, I don't know, and I don't think it ever gets to orange materials. Yeah, never. You don't ever see orange materials in here, so they're just going to keep giving you purple materials for war. So orange materials would be a good spot to have in here. The promotional credits would be a great spot to have in here. It would help promote war. People might want to actually participate in wars more often. You get in here and you're doing the whole war run here, right? And we're going through and we're just trying to do what we can. I mean, we're not huge. I mean, we're not even in the top 2,000. But when we're in here doing this stuff, and this is your current rank, why not have, if you win, every player gets 5 of those currencies. That's 15 a week that you're giving out. Eventually people could, at least at that rate, get 300 of them and upgrade from a 4-star to a 5 red star character. Or just keep saving and saving and saving, maybe upgrade to a 6 red star character. But you need to put them in somewhere. They need to be somewhere. This would be one of my places, since you're trying to promote war heavily. Have them be a prize in war. Offer them more as buyables, but not the basics. Not the 4-star ones. Offer 5 stars or a 6-star promotion. Now, I don't know what scale of mechanics you all are putting them out, but you know, when you're getting in here and you're getting invested in this, and we're wanting to get down here and buy these, well, when I need 5,000 5-star promotional credits to get 1 orb, you know, I mean, I'm sure it's a very expensive endeavor, but, you know, put them out there. Do something to where we can actually get these. I mean, we can't now. I mean, it takes way too much time or way too much money, which we're not spending, because most of us are free-to-play players. But there has to be a feeling of progression. So guys, if you could just add some of the basic ones in, basic promotion credits into war, 5 if you win, 2 if you lose, kind of thing. Eventually, you'll be able to build up promotion credits. It gives you something, or 10 and 5. You know, because it's still 1,000 to get 1 promotional credit. 10, that means you're still going to have to do a lot of wars or whatever. Or if you're just going straight with the promotion credits, 5 5 themselves, 5 promotion credits for winning a war, 2 for losing a war. And then eventually you'll be able to build them up and go in here and spend on your supplies over here. Hey, I can buy a 50 guy this week and upgrade to a 4-star. I can buy a 300 purchase and upgrade to a 5-star. That's one of the things I think would be integrally key to helping fix your randomness that is so god awful in your orb openings, because the orb openings are horrible, horrible. Just go watch some of the casinos. Don't buy red stars or whale wars, which is what it was before, where they would open 40 of these at a time, and you'd see green after green after green, maybe an occasional blue, green after green after green. So you're only getting 2 red star this, 2 red star that. These guys are spending $100 a pop to go do this. That's ridiculous, guys. So something needs to be fixed, either the randomness of it or something. I mean, you know, if you spend on the package, have it be where you're getting the shards you get, but once you buy the package, you're guaranteed 1 5-star. Something. Because it's ridiculous to have people spend $50 and not even get a 5-star, or spend $100 and not get a 5-star. So that's one thing that needs to be truthfully fixed. But I mean, if you just put the credits in someplace, like in your wars and your raids, it would probably help greatly. Like I'm saying, the gold rewards. Literally, I can just take a look right here. We'll go back to Heroes Assembly. 3,505 gold. Back in the day, this was great. These need to be revamped. Give us a guaranteed 1 every time we run it. Give us something like 15,000 gold when you do these. I mean, it's time intensive. We'll go to the Blitz rewards next, something like that, where people who are blitzing, when you look at this, the rewards, 5 healing shards. Well, you've got nodes so hard nowadays that, you know, if I blitzed and got all these right here, so we're looking at 10, 20, 30, 40, I might have 50 heals, so I could heal 1 character 1 time in a raid. 1 character 1 time from death after I've ran all this. These might need to be upgraded, because some of these raids are just seriously way too long, way too intensive. Teams get damaged so physically. But I mean, I understand you're a company too. Scopely is a company. Fox Next is a company. They have to make money, so spending $9.99 to buy 500 of these or 1,000 of these at a whack is something that they'll offer. And I mean, it's not bad, but I mean, I'm just talking minusculely here, like raising it up to 25 a piece, or the early ones up here, 25 and then 50s. So, you know, once you get 3 of these done, you can heal 3 characters. You could heal a 4th and a 5th character. So you could heal all 5 characters once you run one of these milestones all the way through. You know what I'm saying? 250 of those after you complete all the milestones seems pretty reasonable. 25k, you're going to rack up 14 times 25k, so every 4s, so you're going to get 350,000. Well, in this game, 350,000 at this point, it's okay. I mean, it'll level you up 1 level. So when you're in all the milestones, you can level up 1 level. So I can't really complain about the gold aspect of blitz orbs or blitz running. Some things that I think need to be greatly changed are the RNGs on the orbs, but I'll continue that at a later point. The next thing is buyable only characters. Now, I understand as a business, when you release a really good character, you want to hold back on it a little bit, and you want to be able to make people pay for those shards to pull them together. And when you have these buy-it-only characters, it's a good thing. People, you want to buy and buy and buy, and then when all that's kind of died down, then you release the character for general use. put it somewhere. And you've done a really good job. I do appreciate the Fantastic Four guys, by the way, making the Fantastic Four farmable. A great move. It's a right step. I believe they've been out a little while. They're supposed to be a really good team, but we can never farm them. You don't have Namor in there, but hopefully you'll introduce a different character. I'm hoping maybe like Franklin Richards, or maybe even be able to take Crystal, because she was dating the Thing, and just slap the FF logo on her would be pretty good. Now, Bible-only characters. There are some that I believe have been way too long overdue. Now, I'm going to go through a little list here that my alliance compiled. Black Widow, Minerva, Colossus, Thanos, and you might as well add Rescue and Captain Marvel in there, because I know you put them in milestone rewards, you put them in Blitz stuff, but the drop rates for Rescue and the drop rates for Captain Marvel are so ridiculously low by the time I get a Blitz orb that it's just a shot in the dark. So really the only way to get them is when they throw up a buy it now offer. Other ones coming in: Ghost Rider, Elsa, Mr. Sinister, Strife, Hela, Sif, Heimdall. Now, you do have blitzes of some of these characters too, but that I don't consider that as part of this. Normally you can't find these in a node. You can't farm them in a node. You'd have to spend hours blitzing to get 20 shards or 25 shards. So I don't really consider that way. When you can buy it for $20 to get 50 shards. Crystal, Karnak, Coulson, Namor. And I mean, I'm sure there's some that I've missed. Or if I got lucky and got them all, that's really good. But some of these, there's no reason that they shouldn't be in a node or in a store where it's not spend cores to buy it. Let me address that too here. Some of these, which ones? I believe it's this one right here. When you go down here and you say, oh, we're adding this to the supply store. Great, you added Mr. Fantastic in it. 450 cores. That's a whale. I mean, that's for me, I do good to keep around 400 cores. On a really good roll, I might get up to 750 cores. So without spending money, I'm not going to buy this. It's not a reasonable thing for me to purchase. These right here I can get from going out and blitzing. These right here, when I sit down and I do raids, I'll get enough credits. If I really want to buy them, I can. This right here is coming from my arenas. It's great to be able to get this stuff. These right here, nobody's really buying these guys. Nobody. Just make sure these guys have a node to go farm, because nobody's spending money on, or spending their cores on those. They're spending them on the 10 of these to get 150 of them, or 10 of these to get 150 of them. Nobody is buying these character shards. If they do, I mean, it might be Nobu because they're trying to 7-star them out to get Phoenix. Over here, these right here are just way too expensive for what you're getting, and there's no way to ensure you're getting more of these shards on a regular basis. So these characters that are buy it nows, here's a suggestion, because some of these, like Black Widow, there's absolutely no reason Black Widow shouldn't have a place already. She's not used in any major teams. Why does she not have a node? Don't know. Minerva, she's in every raid, and I know you've held on to her for like about a year. It's time to loosen the reins on Minerva, guys. A year. Put her in a node. Let us farm her. Colossus, best tank in the game. Everybody did all that running for Phoenix. Can't get Colossus. He needs to have a node to be farmed in, or he needs to go into a store where you can spend stuff. Not necessarily cores, but I mean, you know, hey, If they're going to buy him straight up, they'll probably spend $20 in cores to go spend $450 to get 5 shards of him. But for free-to-play players, those are the 3 big ones. Captain Marvel, Rescue, and Thanos are older characters as well that should be in a store or be somewhere where we can purchase them. Like, I would love to see, instead of these guys right here, I mean, I would probably, if I saw Captain Marvel or Thanos in here, if I didn't already have them 7-starred, I would do this. Another suggestion is do the raids like you had old school. I mean, the Deadpool raids, the Thanos raids, where when you're running them, you're going to get stuff that's good. Now, I know you kind of supplemented them with doing the Imperial Affairs to earn crystal shards, right? And, I mean, you're getting this right here. Opens an orb, gets you some shards. That's pretty cool, guys. But, like I said, this is the one thing that I've seen when you go in here and you open the hidden potential, which is what's in this, right? That's what you're running for in this, to get the hidden potential orbs. Well, you click it and you open this, and lo and behold, I only get 2 shards instead of the main central one being the character you're running for. Now, I understand you're doing hidden potentials because it helps people catch up on older characters as well, but let the older characters be the one-ofs. Make the central one the one that you're running for. This is ridiculous. 2 shards a pop, it's going to take me forever and a day. And when you're an older player, you're wanting to run for the new character shards, not the old ones. So this is ideas that need to be worked on. These are things that I think would be great improvements. So please, if you're out there and you know somebody who works at Fox Next or Scopely, shoot them my video. See if they can agree with some of these things. Now, I know you still have to make money, but I mean, you've got plenty of other characters with Ghost Rider, Elsa, Mr. Sinister, Strife, Hela, Sif. The rate of characters you all have been releasing that are only monetarily viable versus some of these old ones that people still rely on or need. Loosen the reins a little bit, guys. It's something that's needed. It's something that these guys have been talking about. New characters, non-farmable characters. Releasing the characters so fast, but not giving out enough gold or materials. Training modules. My God, finding training modules is super hard in this game right now. Especially when you're going from 70 to 75. I burnt out my training modules. I don't think I'm ever going to recover from that. So please, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button if you're interested in seeing more. The bell icon over there will let you know when I post a new one up. And, you know, if you disagree with me, I mean, these are just some personal thoughts, or if you have some good ideas and concepts, add them in the comments below and share this video. And I hope that you can share this video with some of your friends who play or people in your alliance. By all means, please. I'm looking to get more people interested in what I'm doing, get some feedback. And the best way to help me grow is to share my video. So, until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.